folks might be given priority on the live. We don't know yet for sure.
How
for now.
to?
So we are going to figure this out later.
What does it
Okay.
mean?
So easy decision to drop the cabin
add Python
column,
to your
replace the embark.
What is
Difficult
the
decision age, we will
use
look
of
at it
it
later.
for now?
Then what are we going to do next? Come here, Control A, Control C, add the code.
Once
I
you
need to check the
run
unique
Python,
values.
you're running Python.
Okay, I need
Also
to check the
explained you
unique values.
Anaconda.
So train underscore
How
df
that package, how to install it.
not unique.
And it has multiple things. Spider is also one interface which I use a lot.
Okay, then S
I use
maybe.
PyCharm. And then there's something known as Visual Studio, which I use a lot. Visual Studio, you can find the
Train underscore df dot n unique.
Jupyter Notebook, again, very
I see.
useful for learning Python. So again, my tips would be to
And
you should start with Jupyter Notebook initially. And then also keep in mind that later,
so you see,
first let us get
these
well acquainted in Python.
tally with our
Then I taught you basically how to write
guess
in
just now
Python.
that passenger
I gave you a
ID
very
is the
simple
unique
command which is known as
values.
print.
Now I see that name is unique as well. You don't have anyone with the same name. Survive, P class, all of them, they have their own
Then
unique
explain
values. Okay. Tickets, 681 unique values is almost 891, right? So we can exclude ticket because it doesn't give any
Something,
information to
basically,
our survival rate, because
So first
almost
command,
everyone has their own
then
different ticket
Let us understand what variables are.
number.
So I'll use
Okay.
the string here.
That's the information we can get from
So
the train data.
variables are
So for the sake of learning, you can do this to check both training and testing sets. Okay, but usually when I was doing my project, I won't do this. Okay, even if I do, I'll just copy and paste from
which
somewhere.
means
Okay, but
X
usually what I
can
do
be
is just
any
this
number
in reality.
and the output
Okay,
Y.
so we are
Can
going
be any
to
number.
drop cabin
Now,
and
I'll also give you an
ticket
example.
as,
Example,
we said just now.
if
So
X
how
equals
are we
to
going
3,
to
then
drop?
Y will
Before
equal to
we
what?
need
You
to
can
drop
comment and
our
tell
ticket,
me the answer even before
we want
I
to check
write over here.
the shape first.
I'm writing
Okay,
and
Combine
the answer 3 3 are 9.
0.
So Y should be 9, right?
Shape. Remember,
So yes,
combine
I
0
appreciate all those
with
who are
our
using the
train
comment
DF.
to let me know
Right?
what Y would mean.
So
Now
I
this
think
is
I will better
this could
copy
be
and
also,
paste
you know,
instead
X
of
can occupy
typing
any
them
position.
out.
X could be 2.
But
So then what will be Y? Y will be
what I would
6.
say here
So this
is
is what
when I want
variable
to drop
means, you know, that
something,
it stores
I would
values temporarily.
drop. I
So
will do it like this: train
define.
underscore
Therefore, a
df
variable
dot
is
drop.
something that
Okay,
stores
this is the method we use. What's inside the
certain
drop is what
mentioned
you want to
value.
drop. Okay,
Okay.
so what
I'll give you an
if
example.
let's say I want to drop
There could be different values. I'll be explaining them
column.
soon enough.
I
I'll
would
explain
just
data types
use
just
a
after
square
this.
bracket,
For now,
type
I'm
the
my
name.
X variable. This is how you write in Python. Any variable name.
Okay,
It could be
now I have
variable-
2. I'll just
Okay,
add
for now,
another one.
let me say X. X is equals to number
This
5.
is
Or Y
what
is
you
equals to
do
3.
when you want to
Or
drop
Z is
something.
equals
When
to-
I run,
Hello, Python.
oops,
Hello.
not found in access.
No problem. Now, when I run this command, you see there won't
Oops,
be any
yeah.
output.
By default,
There won't be
axis
any
equals
output
to
because
0.
मैंने
So,
यहाँ पे I have
when
not
I
given
say
any
axis
output
equals to
command
1,
that I need to see something. When I write
the
print
column.
X and then run this,
Right,
you
by
see there
default, the drop
there is
is
one
for
thing
rows.
Fine.
Now, when I change to
When I
axis
say
equals
print
to
Y
1,
and
it
run this,
becomes
how
the
am I running
columns.
this?
Now
Yeah,
you see
know,
that
you
my
can
train
use it as a
DF do
shortcut
not
as Control
have
Enter. Now
ticket
Control
and
Enter, I'm
cabin
using
anymore.
that. But
But is that
if you don't
true?
know, you can
If
click
I
on
type
cell
in
because
the
we are
next row,
in
train DF,
this cell. This unit is known as cell in Jupyter.
oops, you see that ticket
Every
and
single
cabin
cell.
is still here. Okay, that's the
Whichever cell that
reason
click
why
करोगे,
we
you are
need
selecting that.
comma
You see this green
in place equals to
section?
true.
This green there comes. What is the output? 3. Why?
I wouldn't run
Because
this.
this is how you code in Python.
So I
variables.
wouldn't run this.
Then
Just
why
now
should
I
code
run this
3?
because I know it won't
When I will say
replace the
Z,
train DF.
what is the
But
expected
now
output? Can someone tell
that I
me?
know it's going to replace my
Can
train
someone
DF, I
comment out
wouldn't run
what
this
would
first
be the
because I want to
expected
copy and paste
output?
this
If someone can,
into
very
my
enough.
thing. right? I was explaining
I appreciate
this
those people who
thing
are
to
commenting.
you.
If I run
Why do
enter,
we need
you see
axis
hello
equals
world is
1?
there.
Why do we need in place
Perfect.
equals to true?
Great.
Okay.
So this is basically
What
how
about
you
the
can
for loop?
create variables in Python.
Remember,
But
we
now
want
what
to
about
apply this
variable
not
types
just
or
to
data
our training
types?
set. We want to
So there are
apply to
certain
our
types
testing
of
set
data
as well.
which you can create in
So
Python.
for each element
Now data
being
types could be of
combined, I
many
will run
types,
2 times.
many different types.
Right? First time is for
Anything
training
known
set,
as
second time
bytes,
is for
bytes
testing set.
array, boolean,
Okay, then for
set,
each training set, I will
set,
drop
dictionary,
ticket and
tuple,
cabin
list,
in
complex
place
numbers,
equals
floats,
true.
integer strings, whatnot.
Then I'll compare
But you know, this is your first
the
day,
shape
first
before
day
and
to the
after.
Python,
Okay,
and I want to keep it
12
very
column
simple.
initially
Let
become
me
10.
just explain you some basic
11
data types
column
for
initially
Python.
become
Now
9.
if I'm using
Okay.
something known as strings.
Now that I've
So what are
explained
strings?
this to you,
So
I'll
strings,
just
you know, you
copy
can
and
understand something
paste
that the
this,
text
and now I can run.
we write
When I run
is
train
known
EF again,
as string. Okay, I'll use a comment also.
this time we do not
String
have ticket and cabin anymore. Okay,
should
that's why we need in place equals to true. Do let me know if you cannot follow with questions. The videos you can
single inverted
rewatch
commas.
after this in our
This is
YouTube
what
channel,
string should be written.
Phonetics Academy.
But if you see,
anytime,
if I
right?
hit enter,
It
यहाँ
will
पे,
always be there.
this is directly the
So
output.
feel
But
free
this
to
is not
watch
how
it
basically we
again
wanted
for
it. We wanted to
practice or
store
for
it
your
in a
revision.
variable. So मान लो I'm using
So
something known as string नाम
next,
का variable.
what we are going to do,
string
we are
string
going
is
to
equal to
drop
this.
passenger ID
When I again
and
hit, you see there
name
is no output now.
because
Why?
they are unique
Because whatever we have
identifier.
written,
So
this has
it's
gone
not
into
going to
this
do
variable,
anything good
but
to
we are not
our
printing
server
that
to predict
variable.
our survival
So
rate.
let's
Your
go
name
ahead
is not going to
and
tell whether
also
you're
give the
surviving
command
or not. Your
print
ID is
this
not going to
variable,
tell you're
print.
surviving or not.
And this
So
is the output.
let's just copy and paste.
Clear? So this is basically
It's
what the data type
identical
string
to
means.
the previous one,
String
except
is something written like this.
for the column name. So we
And,
just run
Once you
without
write
any
this,
explanation.
I believe this
Now
should be
we
enough. And मान लो,
have
strings can have
two columns
different
lesser.
ways to write it. Suppose, you know, if I have to
And
write something like
finally,
this,
we
string
can
is equals to,
check
if I'm writing this belongs
columns that we are left.
to
Okay, so you can see that train and
program.
test DF, the difference between them is the survive,
It's
right? Because your
very
testing
useful.
data shouldn't have the
Now when you
answer.
see,
When you're doing your
ID के
test, you
बाद
shouldn't have an
I
answer
have
to your
given an
test,
inverted
right?
comma. So for
So that's
Python,
why.
what has happened? For Python, what is a string?
Then
From wherever the
we
inverted
would
comma starts
start
till wherever
replacing
the inverted comma
missing
ends.
values.
That is what a string is. When I hit enter, probably I should get
Okay,
error.
so I would add a text here.
Probably I should get error for this. You see?
Say that this is
Invalid
replace
syntax. This is not how a string looks like in
missing
Python.
values.
So how to remedy this? So for that purpose, you know, we have single
For
and double inverted
replace
commas.
missing
which both
values,
work.
remember we have
मान लो you started a string with single inverted comma.
So
for
now
Python,
we
you know,
only
the string
need
will
embark,
be
need to replace
continuing.
embark.
यहाँ पे double
Remember
inverted
two
comma
missing
we found
values.
it,
So
but
that's
no
the easy
problem.
one. Let's do
It is
that
still
first.
going ahead until and unless it matches the
What we are going to
another
do
single
is
inverted
we
comma.
need to replace
You see,
with
when I
the
run this command
mode
and when I
of
say
that
print
column. So we need
string,
to calculate that value
it
first.
prints this inverted comma also because it was a part of string.
String underscore df.
What if I want only single inverted comma? So this time I will say single. I will say a double
Not
df.
embark.
You see, there we have a single.
The column
So I
name
hope
is not
this
embark, right?
string
Dot
is clear to you. Similarly, you have different
dot
data types.
NA dot
मान लो
mode.
int A is
Okay,
something that
because we
I'm
want to
declaring.
calculate the
मान लो
mode, so
A
usually
I'm
we will
taking
need
as
dot
3.
mode.
B, which is a float,
But when
which
you're
means
calculating
decimal,
the
you see.
mode, we do not
2, 5.
want the
So
missing
this is something
values
that I'm
to
writing.
affect our numbers.
Then for
right?
people
So
who are from
usually we
mathematical
would
background,
drop
you will
the noun
understand there's something
value
known as
first
complex
before
number also, right? So ij is a
calculate the
complex
mode.
number. X plus ij is the format for complex number, right? Now when I print A comma B comma C, you shall get all these outputs.
Now
A
we run.
is 3, B is 3.25, and C is my complex. So all these are
can you
type
see
of
this?
numbers.
We have 0
Different
and
data types
5.
that you can code in Python, store in Python, use in Python. Again,
Okay, 0 and S.
there is
S is
something known as
it's not 5,
list
it's
in Python.
it's actually S,
List.
right? So
What
S
is
is
list in
our port
Python?
name.
So list is something, you know, which
So
starts.
if we are going to
So
take
list starts and
0,
ends with square brackets.
we're going to get
and it can
S
have
only.
any input into it.
Okay, we're going to get S only.
Suppose if this
which
is my list
the
A,
answer to our question.
L1 I'll say
What is the
L1 is my list.
Okay.
Starts and ends brackets,
here
square brackets. First is A,
we
second
will
is B.
assign
With
this to an
comma.
object.
यहाँ पे comma is the very important thing in list. You specify multiple things with this. So you also make shopping list. Whenever you go to shopping, what you have to buy? Suppose you have to buy
save this
fruits.
to an object.
You have to buy some towel. Maybe you have to buy soap. Okay, then you have to buy
and then we are going to replace the missing values for both training and testing sets.
This is
because
the use of
them
list.
should have missing values.
Multiple options.
So I will look
list,
both my data sets again. Okay.
In Python,
usually when I want to fill up, replace the missing values, I will use fill NA method.
मान लो you are creating a program in which you are storing the list of workers or maybe employees. So employees is a list.
Fill.
Okay, it has different employees. So Gaurav is an employee.
But when you are filling the NA,
Gaurav is an employee.
Which column do you want to fill?
Maybe Saurabh is an employee. Maybe you can say Ganesh is an employee. Maybe you can say Satyam is an employee.
Train BF and not fill NA, but what we want to fill with?
You're writing a code.
Fill with the frag port.
Hard code. What are the employees?
The values you calculated.
This is the use case of list. You can access list in different ways.
This is what we would usually do to replace missing values. But now that
the very single data type to list is something
data sets, we need a loop.
And how do you declare list? So declare list, I told you, use square brackets.
This.
Or I'll just comment out here to declare list square brackets.
Okay.
Other way I have mentioned in the above comment how to do that. Other way is to use predefined syntax,
here,
which is LIST.
whether we want to drop the H or not.
So if I say list one again,
quick answer, no, we shouldn't drop, but I will give you the justification later. Okay, so we will skip the inputting H first. We'll skip it first because we are going to, I want to give you a justification first.
It will store this.
Okay.
Again as a list only. So this is also a way.
Let's print this.
To store things in list. Ya to you can do this list with square brackets, or you can do this list with square brackets. Whichever way you are comfortable. Now, if you ask why different ways, so no specific reason for it.
No missing values for all columns except
both are same
for
way.
H.
No difference to that.
Same thing
now
here.
Again.
Oops,
something
I have
very
another missing
similar
values for
to list. I'll start with that.
So in this case, it's just one missing values, right? So what I'm going to do is
I'm assigning a variable.
I'm going to remove
the right hand side. What it will have? It will have the value. Now tuple is something which has
I'm going to
round
that
brackets
from my column. So I'm going to use dot drop NA.
It will still work.
Since I only have one, right? So
I'll mention.
Later, I'm going to drop this column.
Tuple are useful when you do not have to change the values.
Not now first, okay? Not now.
Now, remember, whatever we have written
just
in
be
list,
aware that we have these missing values here.
Tomorrow, if Ganesh is leaving the job, I can update this tuple.
We will come back to
update
the missing values.
So
for
charting, the job, I can update this. Gaurav is leaving, I can update this. Add something. If I get a new worker, I can add the name of the worker to the list. So this is what in general
we are going to
mean and is supposed to do. But I do not want something to change. Maybe account number.
Okay.
Account number of employees. This will always remain. Or maybe Aadhaar card. Aadhaar card is a good example, right? Or maybe your PAN number. These are something which you do not want to change. They will never change, or they can never be
to run a
common to things. 112 is Aadhaar number for someone. 1121 is Aadhaar number for some other guy. 1119 is.
Let's give it a second to run.
When you print I. So tuple works very similar to a list. Only difference is now once you created this tuple now, it cannot be modified. It cannot be changed. And this is what it means.
What is the distribution
to be immutable?
Of
immutable
the
means
features
so
corresponding to
would you like to use immutable things?
Okay.
So
corresponding to each other.
Good example would be
plot,
where you do not want your data to be modified by the code.
Curve.
Even by
here,
single slight mistake, a single bug, a single
the data distribution according to
should
itself.
not override the data,
right?
should not
The
play around with these numbers.
hue here
This is where
is
people will be
colored
useful
the
compared
data
to others.
points by
Now this is also
your label.
asked in job
We
interview
want our
questions.
survive or
That
not survive
why,
in different
we
colors,
use people even when
so
we
that
have
we
this,
can
and
see
when the functionalities
what
are
we
almost
can
same.
see here.
And why is
The
immutability a
blue
good
color
thing?
spikes
So the answer
here
is very similar.
in P class.
When your data is very
remember
rigid,
is this?
when it is
P
lifetime,
class is
for
1,
a
2,
lifetime it
3.
will remain same.
1
And
is
in that
upper
case,
class,
better to
3
go for
is the
triple,
lowest
because we do
class.
not want that data to be correct.
And without fail,
So with that
the
being
upper
said,
class
I hope
has
these people are
higher survival
Similarly,
rate.
there is a different data type which
Lower
is known as
class,
dictionary.
we
Or
have
even before that, let me
tremendous
explain you set. Because again,
of
set is very similar
non-surviving
to
rate.
list or tuple.
Right?
The only
Which
difference is those who understand
non-surviving,
maths.
unfortunately.
Mathematics में जिसमें set पढ़ा है,
So
this is very
these are
clear.
the information we
This is
can get
exactly
here. What else?
it
H.
means in programming also. So suppose
As
if I'm getting a
expected,
set
if you are
A,
baby, most likely you
something
can
like this.
survive
Set
in
B, it
adolescence.
also has
If you
round
are
brackets
adult,
also.
most likely you will
But
not
you have to
survive.
specify set like
This
this.
one can already tell us,
Okay. Once you
or
specify
this
set,
can be a good
suppose if I'm saying
justification
number 1,
enough
2,
for
3,
us to
4,
keep
1,
the H column instead
5,
of
6.
dropping
So
it
you
like
see,
we did to Kevin.
1 is
Right?
repeated.
And
Now, those who understand set
this part
in mathematics, they should start
is
commenting right
parents
now.
and child,
Now,
right? If you
I'm
have
writing the output.
this
Those
is
who
supposed to be
understand
0.
set,
If you
please
do not have
comment
any parents and
what
child,
do you
most
expect
likely
as
you
the
will not
output.
survive. But if you do,
Will
most
you
likely
see
you
this?
can
Okay,
have
I'll also give
higher
you
surviving
simple
rates.
comment to answer.
Okay.
Will you see 1, 2
So-
times or just once?
So on and
Will
so on
one
and
be
so on,
repeated?
right? This we can
And the
delve
answer,
into this
those who are able
distribution
to
one by
answer,
one,
that
and it's
is
going to
the
take a very
use
long
of
time
set.
to fully
And those who are
interpret
not
this
able
thing.
to answer, just see the
So,
output. I'm doing control.
That's why I have
You see, 1, 2, 3,
written
4.
everything you
1,
need to
2,
know.
3, 4. After that, this 1 is missing. This is what set does.
Okay,
It
inside
avoids
our
duplicacy.
Bible,
It
here,
will not allow you
all the
to
results
write
here.
two same
Okay,
names
that
again and again.
that are
It
noteworthy.
will only be a list of unique
So,
numbers.
for the sake of this
This is what set
workshop,
would be.
we will continue
I hope that is clear.
to
One last important data set that you
read
should
the
know
data
is known as
distribution.
dictionary, which is written by DICT
Okay.
as the keyword.
First, we are going to
Now, dictionary is something.
at the surviving
Dictionary
rate.
is something that
Okay.
has
This one
keys and
I won't go through on how to
the
build a chart,
format.
because
of
if you need, you can
and
just copy and paste
values.
mine. Okay,
Something
and
like
you can
this.
replace
You have first your key.
this with whatever
Dictionary
you want
starts
to
with
change.
this.
Okay, this one is
curly
just a
brackets.
title. Whatever you want to change, you just change here.
After that, there's a colon, and then
When I
your
run this,
value.
it's a horizontal bar.
This is the format.
Why
Now
is it a
I'll
horizontal bar?
write
Because I
a
put a
dictionary
y
in front
equals
of you.
2. So the
I'll
survive
write,
column is going
say,
to appear at the y-axis.
Dictionary A.
If I didn't put the y, it's going to be a normal bar chart.
Dictionary
It's
A
your
in
personal
the second
preference. But for me, I would
Suppose
prefer
dictionary
it
one,
to
you
be
know, I
horizontal.
write
That's
something
why
like
I
this.
put a y
Name
equals
equals
2
to
in front.
Say John.
And if I want this to be
And
something else instead of
Age equals
survive,
to say 23.
I can put, for example,
This is
sex.
one way, which is using
Right?
the
Now it become male and female.
hard-coded or
If I
this
want,
keyword DICT
say,
square brackets.
For example,
Or just
P
I
class,
just explained you
maybe.
this format.
You
can
become
use
1, 2, 3.
this.
Okay.
Name
This is just a
equals
title,
to
so nothing much to
John,
talk about. So we will remain
age
as survive.
equals to 23. And this should be
Okay. And
Now when I say
continue
print
with the next one.
dictionary A1,
Here,
print
okay, this is a
dictionary
little bit more
A2.
complicated.
Do you think
So
both the
I'll
dictionaries will be
just
same or
copy
different
and
output?
paste, and then I'll explain to
Uh,
you.
Try to comment. Will both
what is
output
it
be same? Yes or no? Same output or no? First
Okay.
output is this. Dictionary name.
This is
Age.
divided into
What about the second one? I'm printing second one
four
together now.
levels.
Yes. Both are different ways to write dictionary, but they mean same. Now again, it depends upon your choice. What do you want to use? Any method is fine. Just this is how dictionaries are created. Now, when is dictionary useful? I'll give you one particular example of dictionary. Suppose I'm getting a dictionary hotel that I'm mentioning. First key is workers.
Okay, 4 levels.
I'm mentioning
So,
worker 1. Suppose these are names. I
is
cannot.
because
I'm
I
not
want
writing
to
names.
divide
You imagine these are names.
into
W1, W2,
4
W3. My hotel has 3 workers.
segments, right?
I also have
The
basically
first box
waiters.
is the sets
in my
of our
hotel.
people
So waiters
or
could also be a
data,
list of say
but with a condition
waiter one,
that they do not survive.
waiter 2,
Here is a sex distribution,
okay,
but with the
waiter
condition that they
and waiter 4.
survive.
Suppose I have 4 waiters.
So
in my
now I can
hotel.
compare.
And
You see, I
I'll
have
keep the
100
example
females that
short,
do not
but
survive.
in real life it is a very
for
complex
those who
example. How many
survive,
cooks do I have in this?
more than
I
200
have
of them.
2 cooks, maybe.
Okay, can you see the
C1
obvious difference?
and
Ladies
C2.
first, that's why they survive more.
Okay,
Per meal,
when I
they have
run this,
400, more than
just
400
a
of them do
second.
not survive.
Okay.
Around 100 of them
Just a second.
survive. Okay, then we can compare with a distribution
Perfect.
plot. Okay,
So
you can see obviously
yes.
this is much
yes,
higher.
yes, yes. Right
Then
over
it
here,
become
see,
lower when
this
it
index
goes
should be
to
colon, which I
male.
missed that. Yeah.
Okay,
So now once you are here,
this is basically
you have
all
print hotel.
what we do, what we are
You
doing
see,
to this
my
chart.
entire dictionary is printed,
But
but this is not
the thing here
the very
is
best way to use dictionary. The
this
best way to
one
use
is
dictionary would be,
just
suppose if I need
filtering.
list of my workers, then
Okay.
I'll say dot
filtering survive on
workers.
equals to 0, survive
When I,
equals to 1.
run this
This
command.
is a distribution plot
Just a second.
we
If I run this
use
command,
to
you see, I'll have a list
put
of only workers.
the survive and do not
So this
survive
is where
in
dictionary
one box here.
signs out.
Okay,
Suppose I want to
that's
know
why
how many
this
cooks
part
and their
is
names are.
longer, slightly longer.
Okay, I have
This
used capital
part
C while naming it. And
Is our
you see, I'll have
last plot
cooks right over here. C1
over
and
here.
C2. This is the best use case of
So
dictionary.
let's not go put too much
Dictionary could be
time
used where
in
not.
this plotting.
Library, suppose library is
If
an
you want
example.
to apply this
You will have
in your
different
work, in
sections:
your own
news,
data,
knowledge,
you can just
current
copy
affairs,
and paste and
literature, art.
change
So
the
many
column.
sections in which books are written.
Okay, I'll teach
So
you how
you can
to
have
change the
these
names, but
as
before
your
that,
categories.
let's
And
calculate
number
the
of books you have as
survival
values.
rate.
Suppose name and is a key. Value could be your Aadhaar card, your PAN
Okay.
card, whatever. You can
Here
link
we
things
can
like this. You can
calculate the
create tables
survival
like
rate
this. And
In numbers,
this is something known as a
74% of
non-structured
females
data, no
survive,
SQL, job in the
80%
future,
of males
which
survive.
we'll be learning.
Okay,
Now, in case
so there is
you
an
are
obvious
so much
difference in the
interested
distributions
in
of survival rate.
learning
That is telling
there
us
is
that
one important thing that I
this
would like
feature
to say.
is very, very important for our prediction.
How can you master data science?
Okay.
Now here I'll give
The
you one particular example.
calculation is a little
First
bit
is you can try to
difficult.
learn on your own, which I
So
tried,
let's
but
put it for
it was a
another
little
day.
difficult. So I
If
switched
we
to
have
post graduation.
another free
Second could
workshop
be
for this
basically
kind
you
of
can join some institutes.
calculations,
Now there
how
are
to create
many
data
institutes in the
frames,
market,
pandas
but there
data
is
frames.
one
Okay.
problem
If
which I
you like
faced,
to
which is the
get
reason
this
that
kind
I
of free workshop
didn't
from us,
join this
do subscribe to
popular
our
branded
channel
institutes.
and leave your
which are
comment
many
and
available in the
suggestion to
market.
us.
What
that
was the
if you are-
reason?
that you are
That,
interested?
all of them they
Then
promise
when we
different
see
things
that
and
the
they do not
demand is
deliver
high,
that things.
people are
They will give
requesting
you
for
a
this kind of
very
workshop,
big
then we'll
curriculum
do
in
a
front of
free
you.
workshop
That we will
just
do
like
this,
today.
we'll do that, we'll do
But
this,
for
that, and
today, we'll
whatnot.
go
But
through
it is
a
not
quick
being
one
done.
to
Not
give
being
you
done. They
high
will teach
level
at high
view
level.
instead of
Even the post graduation
telling
which
you all
I have
how
done
all the
personally,
codes works.
it only just it was as
Next, it
simple
will
as
be
reading the index, reading the
the
curriculum.
same thing,
They didn't teach in much
okay,
details.
but this
So
time
here is something that I would
for
like to
Embark.
personally appreciate. Let's upgrade.
Okay.
Now, of course, I am a
So
tutor at Let's
I will
Upgrade. So
copy
you
this
will be thinking that this is a pitch,
and
but no,
paste
this is not a
and
pitch.
run.
No one is paying me to do this pitch. To be very clear, I have
Okay, now
I have
you
my
look at
full-time
this.
job, and the only
If you
reason
scroll
that I'm
through all
available
of
on Let's
this,
Upgrade is
the
because of
process
the
is
teaching methodology.
identical, right?
I have
The
my
code is
friends,
identical.
my
The only thing
ex-colleague
that
who's a senior
changed
to me,
is
like
the
he's very
column
much
names.
professional in his
Okay, it's the
teaching.
column
He
names.
is also a
So,
faculty in that subject,
Yada yada.
and that is why I
We
know
run
them very
all of
personally.
this through the same for the same
they emphasize on
ways
teaching things which
until
are very much essential.
we go
Something
to
as
the
simple as
we
data
reach the
structure
age
and
distribution.
algorithms. No other batch I have
Okay.
found online who teaches
Since this is
or
different, I will
gives
talk about
maximum
this a little
priority to
bit.
it. If you understand data
This
structures and
is actually
algorithms, you
identical
have a
with
very strong
this
fundamental in
part.
programming.
The only
and
difference is
the field of data science and
instead
computers.
of
They will teach you a lot more concepts with
instead
real-time
of using a
filtering.
count plot,
Suppose I currently I
using
am an
a
industry person. I
distribution
know
plot.
what is required in industry.
Okay.
I take interviews of people.
That's the reason
Like,
why
even
it's showing
on Monday when I go to my
a
company, I have
bell
3
curve
interviews
instead
lined up
of a bar
for the
chart.
role of machine learning and
That's the only
Python
difference. The
development.
rest are
So I know
identical.
basically what is required in the market.
Okay.
In this company, Let's Upgrade, they find
And
people
then
like us who are into the
here,
market, and they bring us to
something
you.
you need to
Now, what we
take
do?
note
Suppose this is a
is
very essential,
discretizing
you can say,
the age.
lecture that I'm taking, the basics of Python. But when
we
you go
run
for a full stack
discretizing
course
the
with them,
age,
people like me will
we
directly
are
impart knowledge
just
of
now I've
industry
talked about this before, right?
Suppose if I'm
We
working in
change
natural language processing, I'm
convert
working in speech to text,
numerical
I'm learning in, I work as a deep
feature
learning
into
engineer. So
categorical.
I'll
When
share
we
my
want
use
to do
case.
that,
I'll try to share
we are
the
using
data which I
binning,
work on. I'll replicate
right?
the data
So we
and
can use the
directly
function
get to
called
work on it.
cut
When you work on this data, you
in
become
pandas
actually
library.
industry fit.
Okay, cut
Why
by
wouldn't a
5.
company want to
So
accept
it
you
means
when you
we cut
already
into
have worked
1,
on their
2,
data?
3, 4, 5.
So this is how they promise
It means
100% job
this
guarantee.
range of
They
age
guarantee you to
I
fix
cut
a
into
job until
5
and unless you
parts
get it.
evenly.
Now this is something
Okay,
not all can
evenly.
promise.
That's why I have this band. This
Like
age
one
to
of
this
my
age,
friends,
this age to
he
this
also
age,
graduated
and
from
yada yada.
X institute,
And then
not
we
naming any
calculate the
institute,
survival
but
rate
he was also
of
guaranteed 100%
the
job
age band.
placement, but it didn't happen. The reason for that,
Okay,
people promise a lot, but they
and
don't deliver.
then
When it comes to
we
let's
would
upgrade, I'll explain you what
replace
the promise is,
the
and I
age.
believe this is the most genuine promise. They will help you with placement
Replace
until
the
and unless you are
age.
placed. Now this is something, a very big commitment that they're giving. All the lectures are 100% live.
Then
Now
we
the
put
best
an
part,
age band
which can
here. Can you
happen
see
in full
this?
stack is that
Right, age band
they will deliver
is
you
here,
more than 15 plus projects.
and then
This
the
is what
age
the company
band
promises.
would
Now tutors like me,
convert
they'll bring
into
on board some
normal
personal
data
projects
0,
also.
1, 2, and 3. If
So
they
this
are
is
in this
the
range,
best
I'll
way
convert to
I
0.
believe
If
that
they're in this
someone
range,
who
go
wants
to
to learn
1, 2, 3, 4, and so on.
programming, data
Okay,
science,
but
data
before
analysis,
this,
or whatnot
we
in the field
should
of data science, you
actually
can
replace
definitely
our missing
talk
values.
to the
Remember,
respective
we do have
managers.
our missing
I
values.
believe there also will be
So
a
we'll go
link,
back up again
right now
to
available
find
to
the
you,
code
or
for
somewhere
replacing
which you can
missing
follow
values.
for further details. Now coming back, once again,
Fill in
today's session, I hope
with
that you are
the
clear
median
with
age.
different data types. For a short summary,
Okay.
we have strings, integers,
filling up
we
the
have
nouns for the
dictionaries,
median age.
tuples, list. There is also something known as
Before
Boolean,
that,
which
we
I
want
must have
to
forgotten to
calculate the
teach.
median age.
But this is what it means. It is very simple. It only means true or false. It is useful when you have to activate something. And
So I'm going to add a
suppose
calculation
if I
of
want
median
to
age
activate something
here.
like print A, now A will have a value of true. If A is true, do something. If A is
Run
not true,
this.
do not do something. Or if
Run this.
or if B is false, do something. This is where Boolean comes into picture. It is like an activation of not yes or no kind of a thing.
Okay. The reason why the
Now,
age
I
is
believe
1 is
till
because
here
I
we are
already
clear.
convert.
You also understand
into
numbers now
H
because
band.
I explained numbers right over here.
Yeah, I was supposed to
Somewhere
run
around,
this before
where I
the 1, 2,
explained
3.
complex numbers.
So it's going to show
integer
28.
and floats.
So and
So
28
once
is
even
around
that
this
part
range.
is clear,
Okay.
we
But
can
yeah,
go and
now
understand
that we have
basically
run this,
again how to specify
we
variables.
check
Now you know
our
that also. You have a variable name, and basically equal to that side you have the
missing
value.
values.
Okay, so yeah, this is something.
You can see that
And
we already replaced
so
the
this
now
is all
values
useful.
for our age.
We can go into as much as
Okay.
depth you want, but believe me, you
No
don't want all
more,
this depth.
no more missing
Suppose if you
values
want to
here
store a
except for
multiple,
the
so
H
this
band.
belongs
Okay, except for the H band. But
to
no worries because later we are
Python,
going to remove this.
and this is in
So
multiple
for the fact
lines.
there are
You can see
there's
even
another
this
missing values here.
will work as a multi-purpose.
So we will
There are so many
drop
things, like not you cannot be taught in one single lecture,
because
but
it's
you should
just
understand
one
that your learning
row.
curve,
It's not
what
going
should
to
be the
affect
output
anything.
of
So
this
now
2
I
days
run
class
this
should
again.
be, that should be very much familiar with what Python is and how you can start your learning
You
in Python.
see that
Believe
all of them
me,
has become
after you end
417.
tomorrow's session, tomorrow we will be writing
Okay.
a code. You will have a lot of
So
homework.
now
I'll
that
give you one
I've
challenge,
replaced
and I'll
all
be
the missing
interested to see the
values,
answers to
I
it.
can
By
now
tomorrow, you will build
remove
your programs
my
in Python. So stay
H band
connected.
feature because I'm not going
If
to
you have
do
any
that. I
doubts,
only want
this is
to
a very good time to connect.
Convert into categorical.
For any doubts which you have right now. No
same
issues
thing
till then.
that we did just now.
Now,
Train df dot
booleans
drop.
are, again, I told you true false. They are very useful in activation or not.
Train df
So suppose
dot
if 10 is greater than 9, you should say what? You see the answer is true. This is the
And then
value. What if I say 4? You say this is false.
I'll check
This is where